Hey everyone, it's Desiree. I am here with day 19 of the Christmas series for 2018. Yes, we are getting close. So for this one, I'm going to focus or feature Sizzix and Alteration Thinlit dies. These are absolutely precious. Yes, they're by Tim Holtz, so I had to have them. But these are Fresh Baked 1 and 2. What drew me into these, besides the fact it's Tim Holtz, the second thing is my sister has many trees going across her house. And they're all themed. She has two large ones, traditional. So as she continues to grow in her themed trees, I make things for those trees, whether they're ornaments, whether they're garlands, and so on. So she always gets this big box of the paper stuff that I make. And I also sell my own designs in my shop based on garlands and stuff like that. So when I saw these, I knew they would be perfect for a tree that she recently just put together, her baking tray. These, if you are a die cutter, there is not anything that he did not think of. So to save time, yes, I did die cut all of these pieces, and I'm going to be making 3 garlands for her. So that's why I have 3 of each. I figured, let's combine the efforts. Now, what's great with these die sets is all the little pieces are thought of. So if you did not want to use a pen, we've got the little tiny stripes for the candy cane. We've got the dots. He thought of every aspect when it came to these looking like cookies. So of course my bases, I used a craft cardstock, and that is my Recollections craft. That is really my favorite cardstock in that color, because to me it is the closest of a paper bag look, and that's what I like in a craft cardstock. It's not that I don't like Desert Storm. To me, that's just a different color. It's a shade of brown. To me, it's not a true craft. So you can see I'm just building on each of these pieces as we're going. So in the case of the snowman, we have the hat, we have the nose, the 3 buttons, and the scarf. Now, when it came to the eyes and the buttons, and you'll see on some other pieces, yeah, we didn't save those dots. I would have gone crazy. Especially with the snowflakes. There's like little tiny dots that go around that center. Yeah, no. So everything was thought of. What's great is, yes, it does take time to die cut these pieces, but putting them together is very simple. It's not difficult. I did stay close to the colors that he had chosen for the pieces, but again, you don't have to limit yourself to those colors. They were perfect for how it went with her tree. I pulled out my gel glaze pens. Now, these are different than gel or just regular gel pens. They're like the white gel pens that we use. I do like the Jelly Roll brand. But these are glaze. So when you color or write with them, they're raised a little bit and they're shiny. So it's like the color and glossy accents mixed. I keep the black by me for eyes. I'm going to use some of my other colors just to give the buttons down the front of the snowman and maybe some other accents to my pieces. Next up is the Santa Claus. Now, I'm not going to show all of these because there's 10 pieces in total, but you can see I'm gradually, going through all of them. I think the Santa Claus is absolutely precious with his face. I love the fact that you have the open space for his face, so the hat sits above, and his beard. Again, this is how we would really decorate our cookies. So it brought back a lot of memories when it came to this. My sister and I, we do this every year. We decorate something, whether it's a gingerbread house or it's cookies or something of that realm. of cooking. She is the baker. I am not. I am far from a baker. Nope. Me and Betty Crocker, we bond a lot with brownies only. So, I rely on her heavily when it comes to my sweets. I'm going to use my black glaze pen again for his eyes as well. And I'm going to let those dry. Now, again, you want to let those dry. They do take a little bit, not long, but you do want to make sure that they dry. So here, in the case of the mitten, you can see all of those pieces to the left-hand side that the die provides. It's wonderful. My fingers are too big to pick those up. And now, by all means, I use my wax pencil. I could pick those up, but I would have glue all over the place. And it would just be a mess. So, white gel pen, here it comes. I'm going to actually draw the same designs that he has. You can change the designs. But I'm going to actually, I was very inspired by what he had already done. And again, these are a gift. So I'm using my white gel pen as well, just to put a little tiny white fleck where I have the black glaze pen for their eyes, just to give that some shape as well. I'm also going to use the white gel pen to make it look like they're dimensional. You know, this is the royal icing that we're going to put on our cookies to decorate. So just by putting those highlight lines that we do, gives it some shape. Now, what is awesome is, yes, cover these with glossy accents. It would be absolutely beautiful. I am pressured for time. I am very far behind with my computer and technology giving me some wonderful experiences. That's what we'll call them. Got very behind. So, this is where we went. This is exactly where we went. But beautiful embellishes can be put on these. You can use your Nuvo drops. You can use your sequins. You can use your gems. You can use other markers. It is endless on what you can do with these items. So what I'm going to do is make a garland. So when I make my garlands, I have a thicker jute cord that I always keep at stock. I get it from my local Michaels. And I make sure I have tons of it, because I do, when it comes to the holidays, I do sell a lot of these. Both for all holidays, actually. There's a lot of people having Easter trees and Halloween trees and Valentine's trees and all of these. So there's many themes that I do create when it comes to those. But I also, while I cut 3 for each to be designed, I also cut 3 of the backers, the bases, the cookie bases. Because what I'm going to do, and as you can see, I take the jute, I put it on top of the blank one, make sure it's facing the right way, and then I glue the design piece over it. So the jute cord is caught in between the 2 layers. I do the same thing with each of the pieces. Now for this one, I just chose to go 3 inches apart. You can make your string any length that you want. That's totally up to you. I also use these, and I use fabric. So I build them that way as well. You can add anything that you want with these. That's why I just love these. And make them your own. And have fun with them. So again, I'm just spreading out my pieces, making sure that the colors are flowing through. It's something that I look at. So instead of, you know, having that candy cane there, then I'm going to make sure that a star or a snowflake goes next to that, instead of having so many reds coming off of the Santa. Probably should have flipped the candy cane and the snowflake, but again, it's okay. I'm just something that catches my eye is when there's different colors. It kind of segregates with what I'm looking at. But if you want this to be completely red and white, you can do that. If you want it to be green and white, you can do that. So you can create your own theme just by the cardstock in which you're using when you cut your pieces. I have an idea for when it comes to these pieces for another one that I'm going to be making. So more embellishments, more dimension, just a lot more going on with it. So you can see I did keep this though very basic, because the ornaments that she has on this tree, it's all the Hallmark. She collects these Hallmark ornaments, and there's different sets that they're coming out with when it comes to baking. Cupcakes and cookie sheets and all of this stuff. So I didn't want these to overpower what she already has. So sometimes you have to think about, okay, where is this going to go? And then that'll help guide you and give you some inspiration on how you're going to create your gift or project for your trees. I hope this gave you an idea. I hope it's like, great gift. Please give it a try. But if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do. We've got some special announcements that will be coming up as we get closer to the end of the year. I know we're almost there. But I just have some ideas for the 2019. All the products that I used, of course, will be linked down into the video description. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I hope everyone is enjoying the holidays. But remember, if there's any stress, always be creative.